Which city are you watching our video from? Tell us in the comments. The crimson tide spilled across the void, making the alien warrior regret every choice that had brought him here. Commander Elara Hayes surveyed the wreckage of the enemy fleet, once feared across the stars, now reduced to lifeless debris drifting in the cold emptiness of space. The ambush meant to end humanity had failed spectacularly. With cunning tactics, Elara had turned hunters into prey. Her decisive victory echoed across the galaxy, spreading whispers, "Humans are the true apex predators." But Elara knew such a title carried heavy trials. Rival empires now watched humanity with a mix of fear and envy. Yet, forged in the furnace of space, humanity would never retreat. Admiral Marcus Rian observed the silent battlefield. An officer reported, "No survivors." Marcus nodded, knowing the shockwaves of this triumph would ripple through the stars. He intended to turn this victory into a declaration of human supremacy. Then a distress signal broke through, the planet Aria, consumed by the nightmare of the swarm. Without hesitation, Marcus gave his command, "We crushed the gourd, now we will break the swarm. Let the galaxy see that humanity never backs down." Elara's eyes hardened, her voice was steady, filled with resolve. "We will free Aria, and the galaxy will learn that standing against humanity was their greatest mistake." Pinned down by the relentless swarm, humanity's lines held only through sheer will. Lieutenant Sarah Connor fought to keep her squad alive, each blast of their weapons proof of human defiance. Even light years apart, her fate and Commander Jacob Reed's were bound together. When all seemed lost, elegant warships bearing the sigil of the Valyrian Confederacy arrived. Their sudden intervention shattered the swarm's hive mind control, turning chaos against itself. Sarah seized the moment. "With them, we strike together," she commanded. Allied fleets carved death corridors through the enemy, while soldiers roared in unison, "We are not alone." The swarm faltered, then broke. Humanity had survived, but the cost was steep. In the aftermath, Sarah stood at the heart of an interstellar summit. Once a soldier, now a symbol, she declared, "We come not to conquer, but to guide, to build something greater than ourselves." Treaty after treaty was signed, humanity stepping closer to galactic power. But politics carried hidden daggers. Sarah's instincts sensed plots brewing against her and Reed. She wore a mask of calm, sealing alliances while secretly moving her security forces into position. Later, in a private chamber, Reed's voice was steady. "Enemies will rise again, we watch each other's backs." Sarah nodded, "Exactly." Yet amid the diplomacy, danger returned. A strange signal flickered through Reed's console, a thread darker than the swarm, echoing from beyond known space. Urgently, he called Sarah, "We have a situation." Her answer was firm, "Then we gather every ally. Preparations start now." The great warship Dauntless came alive with activity, messages dispatched, fleets mobilized, warriors armed. In the War Council, as stars glimmered overhead, Sarah lifted her chin against the ghostly shadows flickering on the displays. "Mobilize every ship, call every ally, we stand together." The galaxy held its breath. Humanity and its allies braced for a storm unlike any before, an enemy rising from the cosmic unknown. On every screen across allied worlds, distorted signals flickered, "The shadow devours the stars." Some whispered this battle would make legends of them all, or erase them forever. Allied fleets gathered at the edge of oblivion, their wills united into one iron formation. Far away, Jacob Reed unraveled the patterns within the shadow's anomaly. Through tireless work, his team forged weapons of dark energy, warped gravity, and disruptive radiation, tools to twist reality itself. Meanwhile, under Sarah Connor's command, scaffolds and cannons rose piece by piece into the greatest defense ever built, the Bulwark. A shining wall across the stars, forged of human dread and alien genius. Worlds whispered in awe, "She made this. They made this." Then, the shadow came. The first clash was a storm of light and thunder. Cannons roared, shields flared, and space itself burned. Sarah's voice cut through the chaos, steady and unyielding, guiding fleets with precision. Where others saw madness, she saw paths to victory. In hidden chambers, Jacob refined the impossible, turning raw theory into weapons that bent physics itself. At last, his breakthrough revealed the shadow's flaw, a breach in its fortress. Sarah seized the moment. "This is it. Together, We end the reign of shadows. The Allies struck as one. Beams lanced across the void, warheads tore into the exposed core. The shadow writhed, cracked, and finally dissolved into nothingness. A collective breath of relief swept through every ship and every heart. To those we lost, we remember. To the peace we've won, we dedicate our future. Sarah's voice carried across the stars, both fierce and bittersweet. On the bridge of the Dauntless, Sarah and Jacob exchanged a look, an unspoken truth etched between them. Humanity had faced the abyss and endured. Legends were born, carved into eternity, indomitable humanity, the true apex predators. Yet even amid celebrations across liberated worlds, the stars themselves seemed to whisper. Peace is fragile, and the galaxy is watching.